Alright, try 2. I hope that's not what it really says it is. 3152 at the end, assuming that's the max. So maybe small chance might be able to push us a little bit farther. I kind of have to hold the camera because I don't really have anything else to hold my phone up. Good morning, guys. I hope your guys' Thursday is going really well. I'm going to try to start off this new year vlog with something a bit more positive. And hopefully a new, what's the word? Path to hopefully a better channel and better content for you guys. My nieces just left for school. They nearly missed the bus because of their mom, because supposedly she was promised, she didn't exactly promise, but she said she was going to be home before they go to school, which is usually around between 6 and 7 o'clock. And I lazily woke up because I thought I had to go to the bathroom, but it was like 7:37 and I heard the bus, some kind of car honking outside, and I saw flashing lights and the dogs were barking. So I scrambled to my feet, ran to the door, and saw that it was the bus. So I literally woke the girls up, told them they need to hurry, and I thought they would go tell the bus driver, to give them a few more minutes, but I literally had to, in a pullover, sweats, and shoes without socks on. I literally stuttered to try and tell them, give them a few more minutes. They just got up. I'm sorry. They are going to ride with you. Does it look like I have a car? Because no, I cannot drive them in. So they managed to get on to school on time. So that's all me. My oldest sister Melissa says I'm quite the mom, even when people are around. So I'm like, I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or an insult. So, well, clearly it's a compliment, but it just, I don't know, it feels weird. Anyway, happy 2018, woo! And all the invisible flashing lights that I cannot afford. And I think, I don't know, I think the delayed reaction is kind of wearing off. For those of you that haven't really watched my videos, I have this, I think, mechanism for defensive purposes, where when major things happen or stressful things happen, I really don't feel anything because I kind of force myself to shut down, block anything else off, and do nothing. But then all my walls are down later on in the week or in the month that I literally start feeling everything, literally every single goddamn thing that I feel during that moment when that event happened. So I'm actually now feeling excited, quite hopeful, and somewhat confident. Hence why I'm showing you this horrible mug. Anyway, I wanted to maybe spend this video to talk about what 2017 has been to me. Maybe talk about some resolutions, and then go on from there. So I'm in the middle of having breakfast. And on my resolution list was to get fitter. No more stress eating, as much as that's going to be hard for me, because that's usually the reason why I'm overweight. Excuse me. Is because when I'm stressed out, or many things on my mind that they're literally kind of tearing me apart, I literally go for the cupboard, grab a plate, and just start munching on 4 or 5 meals before lunch. So yeah, I know, it's pretty terrible, but I'm hopefully going to change all that. I'm not to do too bad. But today's breakfast is brought to you by, not sponsored, by Multi-Grain Cheerios, literally my favorite Cheerios at the moment. Gluten-free, with 9 vitamins and minerals, 100% daily value of vitamins and minerals. I literally found this kind of cereal out quite a while ago. And apparently it's one of the healthy kinds, because I don't mind doing Special K. I love Special K. And it has 110 calories, 0 grams of trans fat, 0% of daily value, 150 milligrams of sodium, and 6 grams of sugars. And that is really good to me. And, oh my god, it has 100% iron. I did not know that. I'm kind of looking at the nutrition box thing, and I'm seeing a lot of positives. So this is basically my favorite cereal. One cereal I should probably be having along with Special K, because I love cold cereal or dry cereal, whichever one. So anyway, I'm trying not to rant as much. 2017 was... I'm just going to say this now. I promise not to do any crying. I won't. I'm going to be a strong one. Tootsie! Knock it off. They're literally doing a stare-off in front of the fucking water bowl. Puppies can be such shits. Anyway. I know there's not a whole lot of food for them, so I think one of them's getting food selfish and food competitive and dominant. I'm not much of a dog person, specifically when there's 4 of them in the house and one of them sheds. I admit I do not like the shedding either. But it's animalistic company that some of us kind of need more than others. My sister wanted to be plain up and honestly met last night and said she wants to go get laid, but she would be home before the girls got here. And it's just a quickie one night stand. And she's like, I'm not sure if you understand that. And I'm like, yeah, I do. That's the one thing my family always does. Everyone around me does. They think I'm stupid. They think I'm like, 2 years old or 6 years old with a retardation slapped to my forehead that I wouldn't understand anything. Even things about sex, positions, and terms. Some of them I still don't understand because of the things I've seen on YouTube, Google Images, and the internet. So yeah, I know a few things, but the family doesn't know that I know them. So it's none of their business. It's probably best to just keep it that way. Anyway, 2017 was quite chaotic, but yet new for me. I didn't think a whole lot of good things were going to happen for me that year. I had ideas and hopes, but again, not a whole lot of them even happened at all. The only thing I only kind of hope for is that I pass classes relatively well. I still have a house. My body's still intact. I'm not in the hospital anymore. And that I get one happy thing out of each year. That's kind of always been my thing, but I feel like I deserve way more than one. So that's what I'm going to kind of go for this year. Anyway, I don't want to stress to the resolutions right away. I want to continue to 2017. Just to get it off my chest. Not only did I move twice within the same year, but there's a lot of arguments and yelling and heartache. More than I can count, and it still kind of affects me today, and I'm hoping soon, one day, I'll be able to push all the heartache aside and have it lift off my shoulders. Mostly just with a lot of fighting with roommates, whom I will not name on here, but let's just call him Bob. And Bob is a major dick, even though he claims and knows, oh, I know I'm an asshole. I'm proud to say it. And I'm like, yeah. From the first time I met him, I was really silent. I kind of ignored him. I didn't really care. It was my cousin's boyfriend, so I just had to stay out of his way. That's usually my deal, because new males in the house, around the family, I get really nervous. Really, really, really nervous. Like they're going to pounce on them or attack or start yelling or screaming. And that's usually what it's been all my life. So I've never met a guy that wasn't screaming or didn't make me feel uncomfortable. So I have issues with guys. I'll admit that now. Because they make me very uncomfortable. So many arguments went in the fact to the house that we used to live in and that I shared because I moved out of my aunt's house and I was tired of being under her roof, specifically around her arrogant ass husband that I do not like and I do not care for, but I fake the stupid hugs. Give me a squash. How about I give you a gun to the forehead? But yeah, that's me. He's an ex-military, so you can understand why I have a hard time being around him, because he's so perfect in every way. So anyway, besides the argument and the pain, I got one good thing out of it. As much as I am grateful for meeting her and having her in my life, I hope that she continues to stay in my life, is my girlfriend, Sage. I'm pretty sure that's her actual name, that her mother named her Sage. And she's a femboy, and I was not expecting for this to be my first love. I still kind of have a hard time believing that me and her are still together. We've celebrated our first month anniversary being together quite long ago. It feels like it was long ago. But, yeah. And by femboy, hopefully those of you in the LGBT community understand what that means. For those of you that don't, as far as I know, it's just a person that has a boy body and boy parts, but has female mannerisms. And he was raised by his mom and her girlfriend, so basically a lesbian family. So, yeah. But I'm still proud of her. I don't care what title or sexuality she has or what she looks like, as long as she has a big heart and we get through this first year together. And granted, I think we literally came close to having a few fights, but I stood my ground. I used my heart and my brains together as one to keep it together, because I didn't want to end up her moving away so soon, but she ended up moving away anyway. And I still kind of feel like that it's my fault, because I didn't take a better control of the problem, that I didn't stand up for her. But the whole family suggested that she move because she was such a great distraction. And that's mostly from my aunt, and that's one thing I'm sorry, auntie, but that's one thing I will not ever forgive. All my life, I've always helped the family out. I always sometimes put my 2 cents in, or I helped babysit kids. I stayed at their house for a few minutes and helped clean up. I literally still help with chores, no matter the opinions of others. And I've always helped take care of their animals. Or, excuse me, all right? It's been a long few weeks. Excuse me. And, they all thought she was a distraction just because I didn't get a few things on my list done this summer. I know that once you have plans, you should stick to them and commit to them. And then if you don't, everything falls apart and there's a high chance you won't ever do it again. But I think a little bit different than that, because I think I'm dyslexic and I'm an artist, so I'm literally insane. So people have a hard time predicting my behavior. Anyway, they think so much of me, so little of me, that I'm trying to make this year different. So, on to the 2018 before this video shuts off randomly in mid-sentence. I only have, I think, 3 to get fit. For so long, I struggled with weight, with stress eating, with trying to find foods that are healthy for me, that I can eat and commit to having in my diet. So, with my dumbbells and my yoga mat and all the walking that I do and the water that I drink constantly, I think I'm willing to kick certain bad things out of my life and certain bad habits, and hopefully add new ones and help those new ones grow into a healthier me, so I can live longer and not die of a obese disease. Not that I have anything against obese people, because I am part of that group right now. My second one is to learn how to be happy. I admit, for 2017, when my girlfriend's not around, when I don't have my friends around to talk to, or Wi-Fi, because it's the only way I can talk to any of them, I am not happy. For years, I have never known true happiness unless I had someone I'm 100% comfortable with. And that's only been around my mom or any close friends that I happen to meet. Which, me being a shy, anxiety-driven introvert, I struggle with making friends really, really, really bad. And it hurts me to this day that I still cannot make a single friend. I have a few from school, like 2, but one of them already is done with school. So she's going to move and find a better job. So I'll literally only have one in the whole school. And granted, she's an old lady, and you guys know my thing with old ladies. Of course, as a good kid, I show my elders respect. I talk to them. I laugh with them. I express my frustrations with the world and with my life. And they tend to talk back in a kindly manner. And I happen to do that with one person from a writing class. So now we are friends on Facebook and on the phone. But granted, she's my only friend. And when I graduate in 2018, I fear leaving her here in the school all alone. But she has her son with her, so I'm quite proud of her. Anyway, I want to learn how to be happy, and I know that sounds pretty weird and bold, but I always see these YouTubers and these people on Facebook who are inspirationalists, motivational speakers, and philosophers and dreamers and everything. I'm a dreamer too, but I never quite understood how they can be happy. First, I always get these lists on Instagram and Facebook on, 8 steps to be happy, always smile, always laugh, always be around the people that make you smile, and be grateful to be in this life. And, dream big, work on one thing a day, sweat a lot, get enough sleep, drink enough water. And I'm like, it cannot be that easy. It literally cannot. One, I have horrible teeth. As you guys know, if you've watched most of my videos, that I have horrible teeth and bad hygiene. I let myself go again. That's because it's all due to stress, every single one of it. And the last argument with Bob left me grabbing a few nights' clothes in a bag and some of my drawing stuff and my phone charger and taking off. I've now been hanging out at my aunt's house for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and when school starts, I'll hopefully be moved out of there because I don't want to be near him anymore. I was so surprised to see him at Christmas, and I try to ignore him the best I can. I think I did a pretty good job, and I hardly smiled or laughed during Christmas either because I was that unhappy. I felt awkward. I wanted a book. I wanted actual clothes. I wanted to bring my Xbox with to play. But my aunt didn't let me grab anything from the house, so I literally went home in smelly overnight clothes. I was literally bored on my mind quite constantly, and my grandma didn't hunt another hunter's lodge. As horrible as that sounds, it's actually a nice hunter's lodge. Big, huge house. Big house. Thankfully, no taxidermy stuff on the wall, because those things scare the crap out of me. So yeah. And also on that happy list, I think I'm going to have to learn how to smile and laugh. And of course, I'm one of those weird ass people who laugh at her own fucking jokes even though no one else will. Since I talk so little and so silently, when I make silent jokes, no one hears them, or if they do hear them, they ignore them completely. I felt like a ghost in my family, a black sheep, an alien, an outer dimensional being, an invisible ghost boy or something all my life, so I'm never sure how to even have a frickin' conversation with anyone. So I've literally just been trying to take care of myself, and if that means I have to make myself laugh, then so be it. And I'm also trying to fix a few things in my life besides my health. I am thinking about reaching out to my past as well. I've had this kind of talk with my sister as well about my Native history. For those of you that know, I think I did a video on talking about my Native side with my father and his family. That side is so unsure. I felt such a big hole in my chest, and I've had no way to fix it except to learn when I can, but education can only take you so far. You literally have to, I believe, to figure out the rest of the way. Experiment with the stuff around you, and maybe one day you'll fill that hole. Anyway, I think that's it for my resolutions, and thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully it actually uploads. This is quite the longest I've ever had it. If each video can be 31 minutes and 52 seconds long, I am more willing to expand my content if I can find stuff. But first I need to get a better camera, an actual light circle thingy so it gets on my horrible face, and a better camera. And I want to play with DIYs, mixing foods, and all that other happy stuff. And I want to have a gamer YouTube channel because I think I can be really good at it. All right, before it gets too long, have a nice morning, everybody. I love you. Bye. Sorry for this horrible face. I'm a mess. Artists are messy fuckers. So, I love you. Bye.